Have you ever wondered how a man who started with nothing could rise to command an empire that stretched over thousands of miles, only to fall from grace so dramatically? Meet Shaka Zulu, a name that conjures images of a legendary warrior king who reshaped the history of Southern Africa. His story is one of breathtaking ascension and equally astonishing downfall. How could a figure who seemed invincible end up betrayed and discarded by those he once ruled? Let's dive into the extraordinary life of Shaka Zulu, from his humble beginnings to his meteoric rise and his tragic end. Imagine a boy born into disgrace, with a future that seemed bleak from the very start. Shaka was the son of a minor Zulu chief and born out of wedlock, a situation that left his existence in question among his people. By the age of 6, Shaka and his mother were cast out, abandoned to fend for themselves in the unforgiving wilderness. Their rejection by his father and tribe turned their lives into a relentless struggle for survival. Taken in by a local chief named Dingiswayo, Shaka's mother hoped for a new beginning, but the duo faced scorn and mistreatment. Shaka was ostracized, his early years marked by relentless bullying and hardship. Yet, it was in these harsh conditions that the seeds of greatness were sown. Shaka's bond with his mother grew stronger amidst their shared suffering, and he found solace and strength in honing his skills for battle. Under Dingiswayo's patronage, Shaka's natural aptitude for military strategy began to shine. His prowess on the battlefield, combined with a ruthlessness forged in the fires of his childhood pain, quickly set him apart. When Shaka's father passed away in 1816, he seized the opportunity to challenge his older brother, who had assumed the role of chief. With Dingiswayo's support, Shaka orchestrated the assassination of his brother and claimed leadership of the Zulu clan. Shaka's leadership marked the beginning of a dramatic transformation. From a small and insignificant clan, he built the Zulus into a dominant military force in southern Africa. His approach was revolutionary. He redefined warfare, shifting from traditional, relatively bloodless engagements to ruthless, decisive conflicts. Shaka abandoned the traditional throwing spear in favor of a close combat stabbing weapon, which allowed his soldiers to engage enemies directly and with deadly efficiency. The reorganization of the Zulu military was equally groundbreaking. Shaka structured his warriors into regiments based on age, enforcing strict discipline and demanding absolute loyalty. Soldiers lived in separate villages and were forbidden from marrying until they proved their valor in battle. This system, along with rigorous training and a grueling march pace, ensured that the Zulus became an unstoppable force. The core of Shaka's military strategy was his innovative tactics. He divided his forces into 4 distinct groups: the chest to engage the enemy head-on, the horns to encircle and flank, and the loins to reinforce as needed. This strategic approach allowed him to outmaneuver and overwhelm his enemies with precision. Shaka's rule was marked by iron-fisted discipline. His methods were harsh and uncompromising. Any sign of dissent or failure was met with brutal punishment. Entire villages were wiped out to send a chilling message to anyone considering betrayal. Even the capital city, named Bulawayo, or the place where they are killed, reflected the brutal nature of his reign. As Shaka's empire expanded, it absorbed countless other tribes and clans. His conquests created a vast Zulu empire, but the rapid expansion came at a tremendous human cost. The Zulu military campaign, known as the Crushing, left much of southern Africa in ruins, leading to a deadly chain reaction of violence and displacement. The devastation was catastrophic, with millions perishing from war, disease, and famine. By 1827, Shaka's power seemed unassailable. His empire sprawled across 200,000 square miles, and he commanded a force of 50,000 warriors. However, even the mightiest rulers are not immune to tragedy. The death of Shaka's mother in that year marked the beginning of his downfall. Overcome with grief, Shaka's behavior became erratic and tyrannical. His once unbreakable will now seem to unravel. Shaka's grief led him to impose irrational and brutal measures. He enforced a period of mourning that crippled his people, banning crop planting, outlawing milk, and even forbidding pregnancy. These decrees led to widespread famine and further suffering. His once loyal army was also affected, with soldiers stretched thin by pointless patrols. The Zulu people, unable to bear the king's madness and the resulting chaos, began to see Shaka as a threat to their survival. His brothers, recognizing the need to act to save their people, plotted against him. They managed to divert Shaka's attention and attacked him, ending his tyrannical reign. Shaka's death was as brutal as his rule. His body was discarded in an unmarked grave, a stark contrast to the grandeur he had once commanded. With Shaka's demise, his half-brother and assassin, Dingain, took control, further consolidating power through ruthless purges of Shaka's loyalists. The Zulu Empire, which had seemed invincible under Shaka, now faced a new era of uncertainty and strife. The tale of Shaka Zulu is a powerful reminder of how greatness can be built from adversity, and how even the most formidable leaders are not immune to the forces of fate and their own flaws. His rise and fall exemplify the volatile nature of power and the delicate balance between leadership and madness. Thank you for joining me on this journey through one of history's most remarkable lives. If you have any thoughts or questions about Shaka Zulu or other historical figures, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the past. Until next time,